And I think it's all coming together now when I look at facilitation. Because some people do look at facilitation as offering from the L&D side. I look at it very deeply from making people feel safe enough or easy enough to have a conversation, right? So I may, for making people have conversations and be open and speak, I may even use clay modeling, which I have learned many. I have used photography and made people open up. So I think these are all connect the dots.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Monday Morning Learning Podcast. And as usual, we have a very special guest this episode, Ajit Kamath, a very close friend and a CPF master. In fact, the first CPF master in India. And CPF, for those who don't know, stands for Certified Professional Facilitator. So Ajit has been in the field of lecturing, training, facilitation since '93.
Yeah.
And he has a plethora of certifications in coaching, NLP, cultural detective. That's an interesting one. Psychodrama. He's also certified with global organizations like Hemsley Fraser, Development Global International, Mind Gym. But I know Ajit in another avatar, as an educator. He teaches facilitation at TIS, which is Tata Institute of Social Sciences, for the executive PG program and the MAOD program, Organizational Development. And Ajit also has been a visiting faculty at Wellington Institute of Management Studies, SP Jain, among other management institutes and business schools. But even beyond that, I think Ajit is a huge learner. So, facilitator, educator, but that's one side of him which became even more prominent during the COVID times, when he shifted gears very quickly and adapted to virtual online training, not only learning himself, but teaching a lot of people. And, he tells that he's trained close to 200 independent trainers in being able to virtually facilitate sessions, and about 800 corporate trainers. So, I mean, that's an amazing number, Ajit. So welcome aboard, Ajit. How are you doing today?
Oh, good. I'm doing well. Thank you for the opportunity, Mani, and that's so nice. Um, yep.
Right. So, I'm going to start right at where you talked about in your intro, you like making a difference, and you say you're mad in that sense.
True. True.
So, I'm going to ask something about your, what got you here. You have a background in law, you have done public speaking, you have been in theater, drama, and I don't know what else you have done. So, what
Yeah.
influenced you to become a facilitator?
Good question. But it's. I believe in this whole thing that's Steve Jobs used to talk about, connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I did a lot of things. I was possibly, if you ask me, jack of all trades, master of none. Whatever I was interested is what I learned. And I think I need to give that credit to my dad, who, in spite of not having studied beyond third standard and being a businessman, whenever I said that I want to learn this, or that, he never stopped me. He said, go ahead and learn. Okay. In spite of the fact that he knew that probably I will take care of his business, or internally wanted me to take care of his business, but he didn't stop me from learning. And if I look at this, connect the dots, there are so many pieces that I did at certain points of time, which I did just because of a hobby, love, interest. And I think it's all coming together now when I look at facilitation. Because some people do look at facilitation as offering from the L&D side. I look at it very deeply from making people feel safe enough or easy enough to have a conversation, right? So I may, for making people have conversations and be open and speak, I may even use clay modeling, which I have learned many. I have used photography and made people open up. So I think these are all connect the dots. So everything that I have learned at certain points of time, so it be as a hobby, or like law was more like a interest in law that got me there, but it started. So if I look at some of the catalyst spaces that are there, when I was doing law, I was also teaching public speaking and presentation skills, public speaking
Yeah.
rather, for organization which was an NGO. And that's where I realized my love for standing up and
Mm.
having a conversation was very high. So from there, I moved into training, which became a natural progression because I was working at the British Council division during that phase, up and down a bit, and realized that in India, while you know corporate learning meant someone standing behind a podium and talking like a lecture or like a speaker. The change that what I noticed in the global space was that learning was more application oriented,
Mm.
more deeper, activity based. There was a lot of transitions, connections to what was done in the room and how would you use it back into your workplace.
Yeah.
So that's where my awareness became high, and that's how I moved into training and then later into facilitation.